So I have some questions for you. What does your office look like and how productive are you, really? Why am I asking? In the early 2000s, we saw the rise of the lean office and the clean desk movement. And I still meet managers who promote these principles. Recently, I read the book Rebel Ideas and I came across this interesting study on office space. In 2010, British professor Craig Knight decided to look into the world of standardized workspaces. Before becoming a professor, Knight worked as a traveling salesman. And when he traveled the country, he noticed the lean office concept in office after office. In a lean office, you want all work areas to look alike, and the workers work in standardized spaces. Everybody is expected to have a clean desk, meaning no personal items on your desk. No photos, no souvenirs, no plants, and no paintings. All such things are considered a distraction. Knight observed managers looking proudly at lines of standard spaces and workers. These managers thought they had found a guaranteed way of boosting productivity. But Knight, who had a degree in psychology, was not convinced. He suspected the lean office might have some unintended consequences. Knight knew that if you put a gorilla in a lean enclosure, they become miserable beasts. They get stressed, they fight, they become impotent, and they die early. How sad is that? People have their own personalities, characters, interests, and ideas. Knight thought that people would want to create spaces for themselves. A few years later, Knight joined a university and decided to research workspaces. Together with fellow researcher Alex Haslam, they started with 2 groups. They asked the 2 groups to do things that are typical in an office. The participants had to check documents, process information, and make decisions. The first group was put in the lean condition. They were all required to work in the same minimalist, superficially efficient space. The layout was similar to the offices that Knight had visited earlier. The other group was also put in standardized conditions, but with a difference. For this group, Knight put prints on the wall and plants by the desks. Knight called this the enriched condition. So what happened? The group in the enriched environment was 15% more productive. 15%. People simply work better in environments that are more human, even standardized ones. The participants said that the pictures and the plants really cheered up the place. But Knight, he was not done. He then took a third group and changed the setup once again. For this group, the participants were allowed to individualize their workspace. The participants could pick their own prints, their own plants, and design the space as they wanted. Knight called this group the personalized condition. Now, here is something interesting. From the outside looking in, you would see that many of the spaces in the personalized condition actually look like those in the lean and enriched conditions. Why? Because some people actually prefer a minimalist space, while others like an enriched space. But the important point was this: all the participants had picked their personal preference. And the results were remarkable. The productivity soared. The people working in the personalized condition were 30% more productive than the ones working in the lean condition. 30%. Wow, 30%? I don't know about you. I will take it. So what's the point? According to Knight, identifying with your workspace is paramount to increase productivity. Knight said, if you go into a space and you can see something of yourself, then that's a good space. So as much as you can, I encourage you to personalize your own workspace. And if you are a senior executive, then consider how you can help your employees personalize their workspaces. We are done. My name is Tomas Bay, and until next time, make things better and make better things. Boom!